So it was spicy in the media. Just touching on the JJ Redick and Kendrick Perkins argument that they had. But just looking at the MVP race in general, is Joker still the front runner for the MVP award? And I'll give that to Snacks.
100%. And I don't think race has anything to do with it. Kendrick Perkins. He's a clear favorite for the MVP. Stats, record, skill,
efficiency.
Like he's
teams offensive drives. They going crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean Giannis is a very solid number 2 because they had really good teams with sex this year too. What they just go on a 16-game winning streak or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Giannis is a solid number 2, but I don't think he can overthrow Jokic. And I don't want to say it's not close, but it's not close, bro. It's Jokic all the way.
So do we all agree that we pretty much disagree with Kendrick Perkins for the most part?
For sure.
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree with Kendrick. Yeah, because I didn't like how because the main shit was starting from Kendrick saying that Jokic was stat padding. He said that Jokic was stat padding, and niggas was like, "Okay, bro, you have no evidence of him stat padding. Like, why are you saying this? That didn't make any sense." And then he brought up Giannis clearly stat padding in that game the other day where he intentionally missed so he can get the rebound and get the triple double. And they rescinded that shit, if I'm not correct, right? They took that shit away.
They rescinded it.
Which they should have. But then Kendrick was like, all right, let's be real. We know 80% of the voters for MVP is white. Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of got JJ riled up and shit. And I was like, bro.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so, though. JJ should have turned up on it because that was a stupid ass take, bro. That was
it was a terrible take. It was a terrible take. And then he started talking about, you don't know what he know inside of him and all this shit. It was like,
what was the main, because I saw a lot of different clips, a lot of different things. People started making compilations of Kendrick Perkins takes. But what was the main thing that JJ Redick was addressing? What was the main
racism part?
Comment?
The racism part, yeah.
Kendrick Perkins saying that 80% of the voters is white, which is true. But it's because he brought up Dirk, Steve Nash, and Jokic in the last, since 1990, they ain't none of them 3 been top 10 in scoring, and they won MVP. And what do they all have in common? Them being white. But then
which was a dumbass take as well.
He neglected to bring up Magic Johnson's, winning MVPs when he wasn't top 10 in scoring. And then my thing is MVP is year by year. It's never best player. If it's best player, Jordan had more MVPs and LeBron had more MVPs. The MVP,
I won't say it's never. It's rarely best player,
but it's usually the MVP. From my eyes, it's like who has really won MVP is like, oh, that's outrageous. And if you want to say Steve Nash, they was the number 1 team in the West that year, and everybody wanted to vouch for Kobe that year. They was 42-40, so the team wasn't that good.
And that's when Kobe had the case too, right?
Right.
So that's really why.
Kobe was also hooping out of his mind.
He was 42-40. You usually don't win the MVP with a terrible record like that.
No, you don't.
The first time it happened is with Russell Westbrook because he had a triple-double. And at the time, to be fair, we thought we would never see it again. So they was like, even though he liked it
3 more times.
I understand that. Even though he was like the 5th or
6th. He said, I understand that.
That's why they gave it to him. But usually the MVP goes to somebody that's on the best team, putting up the best, all that stuff. And Jokic is doing that.
Yeah. And then you can't really see him stat padding. He's hooping. He's doing what he needs to do to get his team a win, bro. He's making the right passes. He's getting rebound. How do you stat pass you stat padding assists, bro? Like that. The whole point that Kendrick Perkins made was just outrageous, bro. He was not making any sense, bro. He was looking like an idiot on national TV, and JJ made him look even more stupid by calling him out on his bullshit, bro.
So he brought up that one of Perkins' point was that the goalpost changes year by year. We don't know what the goalpost is. Is it the top scorer? Is it the top assist? Is it the most efficient? What are we judging the MVP? Like, what is the standard and what's the criteria for
most
MVP?
Valuable is it's fluid.
No, it's not, bro. It's not as fluid as y'all making it.
No, what I'm saying, it can change. Like You don't have to be the best scorer that year. You don't have to be the best playmaker that year. It could be whatever. Are you the player that adds the most value to your team to make them successful that season? That's the criteria
for sure.
And Joker
And
is
you
doing
have to
that.
have a good, and you have to have a good record. You have to be playing well. Stats have like all that. Like win shares, so many factors. Like
availability. Are you playing in most of these games?
People are just mad that Jokic is about to win his third straight MVP, and he white. Because LeBron never did it, you know, Jordan never did it. They're upset, and it's like it's weird that y'all.
The last person to do it was white.
They want to make it about race, but who cares? But are people complaining that black people won the MVP 12 straight years or 8 straight years in the NBA? Is anybody saying, "Dang, black people winning every year"? Nobody's saying that, bro.
Yeah, just because he's white, bro, don't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
What 90% of the NBA?
Okay, but you're right. But show me
like the opposition. The opposition to it is so like
it's so lopsided in our favor, and we're like, bro, be okay.
Yeah, give us about time. Shit, the fuck.
Oh my god! Like, show me the year. Show me the year that Jokic didn't deserve it. Show me the year that
black
he
people
didn't deserve it. Show me the year.
No, for sure.
No, I mean, I'm not against Jokic at all. I think Kendrick Perkins was tweaking for what I'm understanding. You just can't argue against it. G, the stats, the proof is in the fucking pudding. Best team in the NBA, about to average a triple double. The last nigga that did that.
I think Giannis has the best record right now.
Yeah.
As
he's
of
averaging
like today,
he's averaging a triple double, and he's winning averaging a triple double. He's winning averaging a triple double.
So why would you not give it to Giannis? What's the argument? Why are we not saying Giannis is that guy?
He's there.
What's the
he's
strike
in the conversation? He can win it, but Jokic is playing better overall. He's making his teammates better. Like Aaron Gordon, bro, as good as he is, before he got to Denver, he was just kind of like a sometime all-star player. He wasn't like how he is now. Jokic clearly made him better. Like he's like Lamar put in the chat. Jokic ain't never played with an all-star.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Never. Not an all-star.
Jamal Murray wasn't an all-star.
No,
Jamal Murray got hot in the bubble.
No,
other than that,
it's not even just all-star.
It's like all that shit. First team, second team.
First team, second team.
None of that shit. Joker's been by himself. Not by himself for real, but like he's never had a all-star talent next to him, technically.
On paper. I mean, I went through and I mean
Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton aren't fucking, they're not perennial all-stars either, but
Drew Holiday damn near is.
Drew my nigga.
Drew Holiday be hooping.
Drew my nigga.
But I went through the years and just looked at they actually found a list of like all the MVPs, and they list all their ethnicities and everything and their race. and it's only been like 8, 9 white players that have actually won the MVP race compared to all the black players like Bob Cousy, Dave Cohen, Bill Walton, Larry Bird, Steve Nash, Dirk.
Like bro.
And Joker.
Basketball is a predominantly black played sport, though.
But no, I would.
That's not a surprise.
But snacks, y'all. But people are acting like white players like Brian Scalabrine out here,
right.
MVPs and Kurt Rambis. Like they just want white people to win so bad that they throwing random white people in there. It's like, bro, the white people that's winning, they deserve it. Like
they deserve it, yeah, for sure.
I mean, and most of the
and
quote unquote
it's
white
very
people
rare.
It's only 8.
Players.
You just said 8.
Yeah, 8.
How many
American
white players have won MVP?
It's 75.
Say it again.
How many American-born white players have won MVP? I'm assuming Larry Bird and
Steve
I
Nash?
don't know.
What he is?
Steve Nash Canadian.
That's Canadian.
He's Canadian. Yeah. Did Jerry West ever win MVP?
I didn't see it.
You have to go back in the day to find an American-born white dude that won
the first 2 years, of the NBA. It was mad.
My point is, in most of our life,
they won.
In most of our lifetime, only one white person's won MVP, and only like 3 white people have won MVP in like the last 30 years.
Yeah. It's hard to say that there's a bias there.
Yeah, how can you come at what about all the other years when the voters was 80% white, and it was still
or when they was 100% white?
Niggas, right? Still give my niggas MVPs.
When he said Magic Johnson, when JJ Redick said Magic Johnson
he
won
was
it,
on
and
his
he
ass.
was like 10th, 15th, or whatever, and then 18th in scoring, it was just like, damn, bro, that kills your argument right there. Yeah,
It was so
JJ
convenient
really
that
on
you
the come
stopped
up.
at 1990.
He was so convenient.
Is that what he said? That's funny.
He did. That is
Bro,
what he said.
He was on his ass.
He just look.
He
Look,
cooked 'em. He
Steve,
cooked 'em.
Stephen A. Smith ain't know what to say. He was so lost,
Yeah.
bro.
Like
He was-
Snatch,
He didn't
Stephen A.
expect
Smith
that.
was quiet. He was quiet the whole time.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen Stephen
Shutting
A.
up
quiet
Stephen
on
A.
his
Smith
own
is
show.
Told you,
crazy.
yeah, Molly was getting a little spicy. She was getting a little testy. Because of the way
shout out
JJ
Molly.
came. JJ was at their neck. He said, bro, this is what's wrong with this show. Gee, I'm going to be real.
Yeah, he told like this was wrong with your show.
He said that.
He
He's
literally
like,
said,
he's like, it's an honor to be
he
up here.
said, Stephen
like,
A.
but
He
this is
said, no
what's wrong with it.
disrespect. No disrespect. I
Damn.
love you, Stephen A. I love being on this show, but this is what's wrong with the show. We got
This is
people
what's
bringing up
fucked up
shit that's
about
not real, bringing up narratives that's
sure.
not based in reality.
Go crazy,
That's
JJ
tough.
Redick.